So, welcome to today's episode of Conversations That Connect with Suki and Tayla from Montague Group. Okay, Suki's like, I am ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
That's cool.
What are we talking about today?
Well, something that's also come up is that the market's picked up. There's definitely more things happening. And it might be because of the end of financial year and people trying to recruit and get the budgets. But we've had conversations across local state, federal state, private sector, and there's definitely more positivity in the market. Yes, things are moving along in a positive way. A lot of it that is happening has been, there's a lot of movement, but again, we've been speaking to candidates that have got an interview with a government panel. They're like, I've been applying to government for such a long time and haven't had any success, and you guys put my CV forward and there I have an interview.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, but we spent so much time on getting your resume tailored to this specific position.
Yeah.
So it's the old age conversation around make sure your resume is tailored to the position that you're applying for, not just a cover letter.
Yeah.
Not just I have done this before. It needs to be in your resume, in the company, in the role that you have done, and it needs to be tailored towards the role that you're applying for. Because in terms of cover letters,
or selection criteria,
I know that with selection criteria, government do read that because they take that as part of their shortlisting process, or probably the first thing that they look at for shortlisting.
Yeah.
But not all government departments require selection criteria anymore, or suitability statements. So your resume is the thing that needs to do the talking for you. And if you have a cover letter and you're assuming that the cover letter will do the talking and you don't have to change your resume, wrong.
Yeah.
We don't know if cover letters go with resumes or if they literally just go skip and then look at the resume. So have it in the body of the document. So important. I know we've spoken about this.
I know. I was
so many times
this morning, and I'm like, I know we keep harping on about this, but it is so crucial, especially in the market at the moment, where we're coming to end of financial year, contracts are finishing, new contracts are coming up, and the market's going to get flooded with available candidates because people are looking. And the only way that you're going to stand out is to have a tailored resume, hit those keywords, hit those, even if you've done, for example, like we worked on a role, it closes today actually, and there was a specific line in there and they needed to have administration and development experience of a certain cloud platform. Anyway, I was talking to this candidate and he's like, yeah, this is exactly what I'm doing at the moment. And I'm like, okay, great, but where is this in your resume? It had nothing about the development or the administration. So I'm like, number one, you wouldn't have even got an interview because it's not in your resume. Okay. And number two, if they're using AI to filter through their applicants, you would have missed out that completely. So it's only because I could kind of see that he could be the right person for this job, but I wasn't too sure. I ruled him in rather than ruled him out. Then he was able to update his resume and we ended up submitting him anyway. So again, like it's...
So strictly speaking, if you had a different view on candidates, you would not have even called this candidate because he did not display the criteria that we were looking for to be able to go, oh yes, you're the right candidate, let's talk to you. Thank goodness our view is, oh, you're sort of there, it looks like it could be, let's have a conversation and make sure. But not all agencies, recruitment agencies or internal recruiters do that or have the time to do that. So I keep saying your resume needs to compel somebody to pick up the phone. They have to go, oh, I need to speak to you. I have to talk to you. So that's it. That's the key. And And the only way of doing that, and it is a job, because it is a job to find a job,
Yeah.
is that you need to tailor your resume to every skill or to every role that you're applying for. My husband just recently finished up a contract and he went back out to market. And we sat down, and every position he applied for, we had the base CV stayed the same, but his experience, he's got experience across different boards. You also don't want a 12-page resume.
Exactly, yeah.
For some areas we highlighted more and gave a bit more detail and put it at the top of the resume to show clients that when he's applying, yes, what you're looking for, I can do, and I have done it here.
Just changing that skill set around and then adding in those keywords and sentences and highlighting those things within the body made a huge difference.
Huge. And yes, it took time. Yes, it took effort. Were we ready for it every time? No, because it takes time.
It's a chore.
But it paid off in the best way possible. So yes, the market is busier. The market is always busy for great candidates. There's always opportunities. And make sure that you're considered for those opportunities. And the only way you can do that,
don't get lazy.
I was just going to say that this is, if you really want that role, this is not the time to just go, oh, no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Or just send the one resume that you've always used. And we get so many resumes where it's like a 12-page resume and you can see everything is just added at the top, like a new job added in. The whole document has not been reviewed, which is what we do when we talk to candidates and when we submit candidates. We redo that resume for you if it needs to be redone.
Reformatting, just little things can make a huge difference in the whole scheme of it.
But you need to land on our radar first.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're not landing on our radar, we're not going to find you, and we won't know how to help because you're not landing on our radar.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah. So that's again just a thing that we've been harping on about so many times. But just in the last 2-3 weeks, we've seen an incline in roles available. Federal government, state government, private sector, and again, speaking to people going, the market's quiet. I'm like, no, it's actually not. There are things happening.
Like you said,
don't miss the boat.
Busy for the people who put in the effort, but it's quiet for the people who just assume that they will get the calls because they're like, oh, I've done this, but really it's not in their resume.
And when people say to you, oh yeah, I've done that, like the guy that told you I've done that, and you're like, where? Show me. Where is it in your
current job? Great, add it in. Let's add it in because that's exactly what they're looking for.
Correct. Yes. And hopefully he gets an interview and that time and effort is rewarded. But even if he doesn't get an interview for this position, we have helped him update his resume that he can now send to other clients that is more relevant, yes, this is what I'm doing and this is what's relevant in the market. So short and sweet, but old message, just revamped again. And if you're struggling and you don't know what to focus on and you don't know how to do it, reach out. We are happy to have the conversation. Taylor's done reels on what's important. We've done LinkedIn posts on what to put on your resume.
We've even done, if you go on to podcast episodes as well, previous Q&As of resumes, what to put in, what to not. We put questions out to our audience, and that was their main questions that they had. So go and listen to that. Reach out to us on LinkedIn. Happy to help. Happy to, anything you need.
Provide some feedback. Provide some insight into where the market is at the moment.
And even if it's just having a look at how your resume is formatted, it could be just as little as, let's put your skills at the top rather than down the bottom. Like those little things. Like we're more than happy to do that. That's what we do. Hire a professional.
It sounds like the market is open for those willing to seize the moment.
Yeah, and has always been. Like that
Yeah.
hasn't changed. If
Yeah.
you're looking for a role in any market and you are tailored your resume to that specific role, there's a 99% chance that you will at least get a phone call.
Definitely.
So, and that's what you want. You want the phone call so that you can have the conversation.
Yeah.
That's what a resume does.
Yeah, it paints the picture of, yeah, I can do this job, and then that conversation will secure that job for you. Yeah.
Call me. I can do this job. Call me.
Yeah, definitely. But even like this, we looked at stats this morning, and it does show that the market is picking up because unemployment rate is now 3.9%, where in January it was at 4.1.
Yep.
So the proof is in the pudding, guys.
Yep.
It's the market's picking up for those who are willing to put in the effort.
Yep. That's it. Yay.
So that's it for today's episode of Conversations That Connect with Montague Group. To join past and present conversations, make sure you follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify, and let us know what you would like to chat about next.